That's better.
Good evening, comrades. Thanks for joining us on the Ardent Pinko Comrade and Friends, and we're going to be getting right into it tonight. We got more about Benjamin Netanyahu hanging out in Florida with Trump. We got Zelensky down here. Dude, I got freaking Zelensky, Netanyahu, and Trump all within like 50 miles of me. It's crazy. Like
Something
literally
crazy could happen.
it's crazy, and we're just like sitting around waiting for crazy shit to go down. And this morning I'm laying in bed and I can hear military aircraft flying over. They have security details going. It's really interesting stuff. But you know, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it tonight. And first things first. We're going to go ahead and look at, we like to do a little lighthearted, fun videos before we get started tonight. It doesn't always got to be all serious on here. And, we like fucking around. I like having a good time. So we throw in some shit here. I got an Austin clip for you. Austin got into a fight. Oh, shit.
You like this?
That sounds crazy. Austin, why are you so violent? Damn, dude. Let's check it out.
I was at the mall.
Yeah.
Some guy came up to me and he was like, "I need help. Nobody
Let me
is
restart
helping."
that. I forgot to split the screen. My bad. Here we go. Oh, let's do this. Fuck. Reset.
I was at the
There
mall.
we go.
Yeah.
Some guy came up to me and he was like, "I need help. Nobody is helping me." I usually am very kind to people, but you know how often I see people that are rude to service workers?
Yeah.
I had an opportunity.
To take one back
To
for him
take-
without the risk of getting fired.
That's right. And I look at him and I go, "Do you think I fucking work here?" He's like, "Yeah, you do."
Wait a second. Okay, you buried the lead on that. He got the last laugh.
That
He
shit's
said, "Well,
crazy.
you're behind the counter," and I said, "Look harder. I'm in front of the counter," because it was like one of those kiosks that was like,
Austin,
What?
why do you keep revealing new details of the story that make it so much funnier? Like, of course he thought you worked there. You were behind the fucking
"I was
counter.
in front of the counter."
I was lightly using the cash register.
I was at the mall.
Man,
Some
I gotta
guy
hang
came
out
up
with
to me
these
and he
people.
was like, "I need help. Nobody is helping me." I usually am very kind to people, but you know how often I see people that are rude to service workers?
Yeah.
I had an opportunity.
To take one back
To
for him
take-
without the risk of getting fired.
That's right. And I look at him and I go, "Do you think I fucking work
That's
here?"
funny. That's funny as hell. It's crazy. Like, you work here for sure, dude. What the hell? And it fucking his little boyfriend Will there, chiming in. It's funny. These motherfuckers. You got a room full of interesting characters right here. Why do you keep adding details to this, Austin? It gets funnier and funnier. It's hilarious. Oh, fucking look at this ugly ass fucking sweater he's got on. That's crazy, right?
He looks like he works at Hobby Lobby.
He does look like he works at Hobby Lobby. He's like the one gay employee at Hobby Lobby. Oh, God. And then we got the next one here. We're actually discussing this right now. Flying cars. Flying cars. Why the hell are we talking about flying cars? Flying cars take off in China as state backs low altitude air travel. Can't see how this possibly could go wrong or anything.
For most people, the idea of getting around on a flying car seems possible only in the distant future. But in China, that reality may not be so far away.
The government is encouraging the growth of what it calls the low-altitude economy, aircraft that fly below 1,000 meters. This EHang electric vehicle is the first in the world to be certified by a national aviation authority for commercial use.
With the gradual popularization of low-altitude flights, this type of air taxi will become widespread. It will become a daily mode of transportation, a lifestyle.
What is this Gucci shirt?
It takes off and lands
We don't
vertically, no runway required. And in this case, no pilot. That means I can try it myself. The interior is simple, 2 seats and a navigation screen. The route is pre-programmed. In case of emergency, there's a button I can press to communicate with the operators on the ground, and a small fire extinguisher. But before I could ask about...
I'm going to go ahead and stop right there for just a goddamn second, because I got to talk about this. So, let me get this straight. You're in basically a hopped up fucking drone that if it hits the ground from 1,000 feet or 1,000 meters, under 1,000 meters, 1,000 meters is like 3,000 feet, you're fucked. So how the hell do you have an emergency button? We have an emergency button. Hey, what are we gonna do? You're gonna hit the emergency button and you'd be like, hey, check us out. We're falling out of the sky, and they're just gonna go, you're fucked. What are we gonna do? Hey, wait a minute. Make sure you get the small fire extinguisher behind the seat. After you crash land, you want to put the fire out. It's crazy. But, I don't know. We're definitely heading this direction, and China's way fucking ahead of us on a lot of shit. They're actually whooping our asses at tons of shit. And that's what, our leader-in-chief doesn't even want to fucking hear. As we're getting our ass whooped by China. Hey, Trump, we're getting our ass whooped by China.
A parachute.
Here we go.
I was off.
Oh.
Damn, she's taking it for a test ride.
I'm not gonna look down.
Look at that. The blades match the frame rate of the camera.
Am I gonna look down?
Oh.
Look at that shit.
This air taxi can travel
Looks
at
like it's
speeds
not
of up
even
to 90
moving.
kilometers an hour for 130 kilometers. It's quite a view, but a little unnerving not having controls. The company says automation reduces accidents caused by human error. But if you prefer to drive,
I'll try to teach you how to fly this.
I'm all about driving that
there
motherfucker.
are other options. The firm
I wanna
Emirates
drive
is
it
waiting
now.
for regulatory approval for its land
I want my
aircraft
own
carrier,
personal
which can be
aircraft. That's
automated or
fucking
controlled
sick.
using a driving stick. The flying vehicle is stored and transported inside this van, the ground unit.
You can store it in your own personal parking space. You can drive it with your own personal passenger driving
That's
license
sick.
to say some scenic sights, and you
They've
can
convinced
park
Fucking,
you.
that is sick. I'm
man-
so
ground
sold
unit
right now.
to charge the aircraft for
I'm
up to
moving to
6 times, so
China.
you can
Fuck
fly
this
freely
shit.
without
Look at
worrying
that.
about the infrastructure.
You know how cool that
And
is?
the cost? One of these will set you back $300 to
When we do tech
$400,000.
demos like that
So
here,
far,
it never
EHang's
works
biggest
out
customers
this way.
are tourism companies and
Yeah.
governments using them for policing and firefighting. But experts say
But you
this
know what's
is
really
just the
interesting
beginning.
is
As long as you can conquer your fear of heights,
they're saying $300,000. That's not that bad of a
Katrina,
price for
Al
something like
Jazeera,
this, I don't
Perth,
think.
China.
We did it. We did it.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable.
Okay, Al Jazeera, we love you. How were we not subscribed to Al Jazeera?
We can be.
We just were, just right now. Oh, well, anyways. I don't know. What does everybody else think about that? Definitely make sure you chime in the chat, and then also, You know, you can always watch the video on demand and leave a lot of comments if you'd like. I mean, even we even welcome the negative ones because, you know, that shit really boosts our fucking feed a lot. So keep on hating haters. We love you.
Hate the haters.
We love you. Hate the haters. Yes. But, they got me. I'm fucking sold. I want one now. I'm getting one. That'd be sick. Think about it. Think about it, Emily. We could drive that shit out to the beach and just get it and go flying down the coast side at like, I don't know, it probably goes 60 or 70 miles an hour at least.
I'm afraid of it is the only problem.
I feel ya. I'm a little afraid of it too, but it's in theory it sounds cool.
It does, yeah.
It's low-key Star Wars type shit.
Imagine you're stuck in traffic and you just get out your helicopter.
Yeah, and you just fly away like, fuck you guys. That's crazy. Okay, well, let's get into Tradle tonight. We're going to have to go ahead and get out our royalty-free... our royalty-free gay dance music. So, Brain.fm is my Adderall replacement. Okay.
Sure.
Sure. Auto-tune commercial. Fuck yeah. That's my affiliate marketing today. Autotune is an awesome program to include in your DAW. Make sure you go out and purchase some Autotune and, you know, utilize it in your next track. We got our Tradle music kicking now. What are we doing here? I don't want Image Finder. Get the hell out of here. Ooh, look at this. Finally a big one again. This one's Telltale. Gotta dance. I'm ready. What do you think? What do you think, Miss Emily? Any suggestions?
I don't know. Maybe Japan?
Oh, that's not a bad guess.
I see a lot of technology stuff.
Integrated circuits. Big deal here. Broadcasting equipment. Always a big deal. Gas turbines. Big deal. Gold. This one right here is a Telltale. Silver, diamonds, jewelry.
I don't know what that would be.
Precious metal scraps, platinum, synthetic reconstructed jewelry, precious stones. The fact that they're one of their biggest exports is essentially precious metals and jewels. Add in the technology, integrated circuits, medical instruments, all this stuff. Like, this is high-end technology, eyewear, cameras, LCDs. They're big on the electronic industry, and metals. All these metals are really important also. The gold is really important for these electronics. We have some textiles, vaccines, blood. I've never understood that. Like, oh, you're exporting blood? Weird. Pitted fruits. Other fruits, grapes, citrus, apples, pears. Styrene polymers. Other plastics. Horses. They're exporting horses. Damn. Cars.
Mongolia.
Motorcycles. I think you're getting close. Refined petroleum, very small. Rubber, leather, footwear, all artificial vegetation. Interesting. Baked goods. Hard liquor, wine.
Artificial vegetation, like plastic plants.
Plastic plants.
That's crazy.
Or they might be silk plants. Because I think this one's on the Silk Road.
Okay.
We're just having a Tradle party up in here.
Tradle raid.
We're about ready to drop it low on Tradle. We're gonna back that ass up. I think we should start somewhere in Asia. What do you think about India?
Maybe. It could be.
I think I'm gonna start there and see how close we are. What do you think?
Sure, let's try it.
I'm close. 3,638 kilometers. I think your Mongolia guess is really close. Want to try that one next?
Sure, I don't know where horses come from. That's just
Mongolia.
Like Turkey, Mongolia.
Yeah, Mongolia for sure. They're big on horses there. Let's try Mongolia. Ooh, we're even closer. Oh, that's fucking China. I think it's China.
China's really big.
I know, but we're really close. We were dead on in the first try.
The McDonald's snack wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch snack wrap.
Okay.
Spicy snack wrap. You broke the internet. For
Thailand?
It's gonna be somewhere in there.
South Korea? North Korea?
Could be South Korea.
I don't know if North Korea has that many exports. Maybe.
It's not North Korea. No way. I think it's Indonesia or the Philippines.
Okay.
We're gonna try the Philippines, chat. Ooh, we're really close. Fuck. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Thailand? Or Vietnam? Vietnam?
It might be Vietnam. I'd expect more I'd expect more textiles out of Vietnam, though.
Right.
Oh man, that's confusing. It might be Vietnam. What do you think?
Vietnam?
Hmm?
Maybe. Or Thailand. I know they make a lot of electronics in Thailand, right?
Yeah. I think that industry's been happening. We're gonna try Thailand. Ready?
Right. Let's do it.
Ooh. Ooh, we're really close. Fuck. What is there? Laos?
It could be. It's pretty big.
That's our last guess is Laos.
Okay. For,
Or Vietnam. Those are the only two I can think of.
Vietnam, maybe? For Constitution.
He's from Laos. He's Laotian.
I know.
See, the only thing I really know about Vietnam is what I know from my history, my historical investigations in Vietnam War, which are probably, most of that information is probably pretty outdated at this point, because I've studied it so long ago, and plus, I mean, I have no idea what they've been up to. We don't hear a lot about Vietnam or Laos anymore. Laos or Vietnam, choose.
Is there any clothes on there?
Huh?
Is there any clothes on there?
Clothes?
Is there any fabric?
Yes.
Textile?
There's textiles right here. Or
Okay.
wait, where was the textiles? Right here. There's a lot of textiles. And it's a pretty big textile industry because we have 402.9 million. Yeah, maybe we're underestimating the fact that it could be Vietnam. I'm just looking for one telltale sign that it could be Vietnam. I mean, it definitely could be. Sports equipment. There's a giveaway. Fishing and hunting. Interesting. Now, that's starting to make sense for Vietnam. Brochures, labels, trunks, apparel. They do a lot of printing there, don't they?
Yeah.
Paintings, sculptures, military weapons. All right. We got fish. Okay, now that would probably tell me it's not landlocked. Because we have this fish and crustaceans. I don't know. I think Vietnam's our best guess. You want to try it?
Mm-hmm.
I got it quick last night. Kuwait, huh? The People's Republic of Vietnam, everybody. Damn it. We fucked that up. Hong Kong.
Oh.
Fuck, I should have known it was Hong Kong. I was gonna say Hong Kong. God damn it. Hong Kong makes sense. Okay. Well, that's why we do this. To learn more. I mean, it makes sense. I didn't know they had that much gold there, though. Or silver. I imagine diamonds would make sense to you. Mine them off the ocean floor, but okay. Okay, Hong Kong. What we got here? Oh, dance. Thanks for the music. All right, so there we go, Hong Kong, everybody. We were close. We were close right away, actually. Reasonably close. At least we weren't 15,000 miles off. Okay, so housekeeping. You know, like, subscribe, share, talk about, go out to a community event and tell other people about our Twitch stream, because essentially this is a grassroots movement here that we are doing. This is just us. This is just the two of us doing this. We have nobody else helping us. We don't have our own, you know, personal crew here or anything. So yeah, go out and make sure that you tell people about it. Go to a punk rock show. Eventually, we're gonna have stickers and all kinds of shit available, and you're gonna be able to just go out to a punk rock show and put a sticker on something, or, you know, obviously don't litter, or hand out a flyer, and then the zine, you know, you could read the zine and then pass the zine on to someone else. That's the beauty of a zine, right? So like and subscribe to all of our socials, our Substack, which is going to be a lot of material coming to there. Our full VODs are available, our Twitch VODs, video on demand on YouTube. Oh, good question. What leftist video essay topics would the chatters like to see? Go ahead and chime right in the chat about that one, or leave us a comment if you watch this later on our video on demand. Because if you give me some good suggestions, I will go do the research and I will write the essay. And then essentially, shout out to our TikTok community. Thank you. You guys are cool. Thanks for liking us. Thanks for following. We're getting the right audience there. On TikTok, we got a lot of great comrades that have added us as friends. We also have a hell of a lot of haters. And if there's one thing I know about this shit, is when you get the haters, that's the good people follow. So there you go. Let's see here what we got.
Fair amount of news there. You saw him at the end there criticizing the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, calling him a fool. We should note that President Trump himself appointed him during his first term. There was a fair amount of news there. You saw him at the end there criticizing the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, calling him a fool. We should note that President Trump himself appointed him during his first term. There was other news in his comments. The Israeli Prime Minister announced that Israel has awarded President Trump the Israel Prize, Trump becoming the first American to be given that honor. Also news on the Gaza peace deal, President Trump saying that he believes...
Did I just hear that correctly? That essentially he showed up just to give him the Israel Prize?
Yes.
What is the Israel Prize?
It's something they made up.
It's like fucking they gave him fucking a crayon picture to put on the refrigerator. It's like his little fake Nobel that they made for him to make him feel better. God, he's like a fucking child. So this guy shows up just to give him a prize for helping them with their genocide. Interesting.
Israel has lived up to its side of the plan. There had been some reporting that Trump had expressed reservations about Israeli military action inside Gaza. President Trump also vowed to eradicate Iran's nuclear infrastructure if it were to attempt to restart. And the president said multiple times he's hearing of some possible activity, some possible nuclear activity. Finally, he did say regarding Taiwan that he does not believe President Xi Jinping intends to invade. He says, I don't believe President Xi, is going to do it. Our Elena Treen has been monitoring these comments here, covers the White House as well. Elena, do we know what the focus of President Trump's meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister was?
Well, from my conversations, Jim, and we're still, of course, learning more as it's all unfolding, and the president weaved a lot during those post-bilateral meeting remarks, but the focus was supposed to be on trying to move to the next phase of the ceasefire proposal. I'd remind you that proposal initially began in October. That's when it was struck. And at this point in time, heading very close into the new year, officials in the Trump administration had believed that phase 2 would already be underway. That is, of course, the disarmament of Hamas, the beginning of reconstruction in the enclave, and post-war governance for Gaza. Now, this is something I found very interesting that the president talked a lot about. Heading into that meeting, the president said that he was hopeful that they could begin phase 2 very quickly, including the reconstruction of Gaza. And then after this meeting, he said essentially that he is going to give Hamas, or that Hamas would have a very short amount of time to disarm. Again, that is a key part of phase 2. And he said if they did not disarm within that short amount of time that he is stating on that stage, that essentially things would be horrible for Hamas. He said that some of the other countries that went into this agreement and backed this agreement would go in and wipe them out. So very strong words for Hamas there. Another thing that was very notable to me, Jim, was how much praise, not only, of course, Netanyahu was heaping on President Trump, but the amount of praise that Trump was giving to Bibi. At one point, he said that Israel has lived up to the plan, referring to the ceasefire plan, 100%. That is notable because in a lot of the conversations I've had with people in the administration, many of the advisors working on this deal, there's been some skepticism that perhaps Netanyahu has actually been slow walking phase 2 of this proposal, that essentially he wasn't entirely invested into the longer term peace plan. So that was very notable to me. He said that Israel essentially may not exist if they did not have such a strong prime minister like Netanyahu. Part of the reason that's such music.
God, isn't that just the narrative all the time, though? It's like, are we not allowed to exist? They wouldn't exist if they didn't have such a strong prime minister, because big bad Hamas is just going to take out the entire state of Israel. It's like that's all we hear all the time is all about their existence, but we don't ever talk about the refugees living in the tents that are freezing right now, that have wet beds. They're out there living in UNICEF tents. All the thousands of children that are dead, and everything else is going on, the horrible things that happen, but they're all just going to go ahead and give fucking, mouth service to each other here, while they're all hanging out in some fucking high-end fucking establishment, fucking Trump's Mar-a-Lago golf resort out there, they're driving balls and talking about the millions of dead people that they've actually facilitated. They're out there just having a great time. I don't understand why we have such hard relations with these people. Everybody says, well, it's because of the Middle East and oil. Yeah, sure, whatever. It's like a little itty bitty place in the middle of nowhere. But I think it really has more to do with the, the Abrahamic roots of Christianity than anything.
To his ears, to Netanyahu's ears, of course, is that he has elections coming up in 2026. And so part of the goal for the Israelis, and for Netanyahu specifically today, was to really ensure that he has the full backing of Trump. And Trump got out there and did exactly what he wanted him to do, which was give him that type of support and praise.
Yeah, and one example of that is Trump's support for a pardon for Benjamin Netanyahu, potentially being considered by the Israeli president. Elena Trin, thanks so much. My panelist here with Alan Farkas, former Deputy Assistant Secretary.
A pardon? A fucking pardon? You're pardoned from genocide, being guilty of it. I don't know. What's everybody think about that one? It's like, how does Trump... So Trump's just going to pardon... Trump is the almighty pardoner of the entire world. He's just going to... he's pardoned by the United States, so the rest of y'all just shut the fuck up. I don't understand. Really delusional, I think.
For Defense 4, Russia, Ukraine, and Eurasia. CNN political analyst Jonah Goldberg, co-founder and editor-in-chief of The Dispatch, plus Megan Hayes, former director of message planning for the Biden White House, and Brian Lanza, former senior advisor to Donald Trump's 2024 campaign. Good to have you all here, and there's much to go through from those few minutes. The president was speaking alongside the Israeli leader. Evelyn, first to you. The president said multiple times we have peace in the Middle East. He said that before. What we have, in fact, is a ceasefire. Where does it stand in terms of moving to the next phase, arguably the more difficult phase of the peace plan, including issues like disarming Hamas?
Yeah, I mean, so first of all, Jim, they have to set up this peace council, which is kind of the political oversight, and we haven't really heard very much about that. Remember, President Trump said, I'm going to be the head of it. And we know that his advisors, so Witkoff and Kushner, have been in the region, have been talking about it. Presumably it includes all the actors in the region and the broader region, Turkey, obviously Egypt and others. But the big sticking point is that we still don't have an interim security force. Yes, you know, Ambassador Mike Waltz has been effective in the UN. He got them to essentially authorize this security force, but we don't have countries and significant countries with real military experience coming forward to say, we want to be part of this. We've heard about Azerbaijan, Indonesia, Egypt, a couple of other countries, but I think unless Israel and the United States are pushing, you know, the Arab community to say we need real security forces, that's not going to happen. So there is some kind of foot dragging on top of what Israel's doing on the ground.
It's an enormous risk to put your forces on the ground there in the midst of fighting in Gaza, attempt to disarm Hamas, and perhaps quite understandably, a lot of nations in the area, and by the way, the U.S. as well, are not willing to do so. Brian, on the Iran topic, if I can, because the president made quite clear that if what he's hearing is notable, perhaps it was an intelligence assessment about attempts at Iran resurrecting its nuclear program. The president said, if they are, we're going to have no choice but to eradicate. Can we take the president at his word there that he might order strikes again if it does turn out to be true?
So I think it's pretty clear we have to take the president's word. He's not afraid to challenge Iran. He's confronted him in his first term. He's confronted him in his second term. He clearly sees them as an axis of destabilization in the region, and he has to address it. And he what makes him different, at least the interactions that I've had with other presidents, whether it's for good or bad, is the fact that he is this business guy. And business guys in the business community, they always run towards problems and they try to solve it. Whereas you got politicians always looking to kick cans down the road and push on to somebody else. He actually wants to solve this issue. You saw the investment in the first term. You're going to see.
Trump's a business guy. He runs toward problems. That's the craziest statement I think I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. When since does Trump run toward problems? Trump covers up problems and sweeps them underneath the rug or pays some of his cronies to do it. All he does is throw money at problems. That's what Trump does. Trump negotiates some sort of deal that's beneficial to both of them. And the art of the deal. Sure, Trump, whatever. Fuck him. I fucking out-negotiate that guy all day long. But they're going to go ahead and fucking kiss his ass when he's going to fucking, go over here and start a war now with Iran, And it's like, it's all about the destabilization in the Middle East and the oil. The oil fields there is their only concern. They don't really give a shit about the people there. It's always about resources and minerals, and that's exactly what I said last night.
Again, you're going to see more of it, and it's a risk. It's a huge risk, but he's clear that he is not going to allow a nuclear Iran.
Jonah, I mean, the circumstances of the strikes he ordered a number of months ago were quite particular in that Israel had already essentially eliminated all of Iran's air defenses. So while that was a complicated, and let's acknowledge the service of the American service members who were involved in that operation, it was not the same as going in there and being, in effect, the first to strike. If the president were to order this again, would the circumstances be similar, or would this be a higher risk operation?
I'm Antony Perovsky, and I need to tell you about how global
Goodwill
funding cuts are
ambassador.
having devastating impacts on the World Food Programme's work in.
Oh my God.
I can't imagine. I would be hard pressed to imagine that it would just be like a light switch, and they would just turn. Okay, tomorrow we're going to go attack Iran. It would probably be unfolded, with cooperation with the Israelis and other people in the region. I have a slightly different take on Trump, the problem solver who runs towards fixing problems. I mean, it's been...
That's what I just said.
11 years of 2 weeks for the Obamacare fix from Donald Trump. I think that the likelihood of him doing the Iran strike, which I supported, it was the right thing to do, I'm glad he did it, is that it was also probably the high watermark of his presidency in a lot of people's eyes. And he likes to double down on previous wins if he thinks he can do it again. And I think that it's in his own perceived political self-interest to make sure that this was not for naught. And so that's why I think he'd do it. But the actual circumstances I think you probably have a lot of coordination. It's not like Bibi Netanyahu is going to say, no, don't go in again, right? So it would have to be developed.
Well, Megan Hayes, there was some reporting prior to this meeting today that actually Trump was not that excited about meeting the Israeli prime minister, and there has, to Elena's point, there's been CNN reporting and others that the Trump administration and Trump himself were frustrated by foot-dragging by Netanyahu on the next phases of the peace plan. Well, what is the actual state of the relationship between the two men, despite the goodwill? And by the way, the second, I think, non-Nobel Peace Prize award the president has now received after FIFA. He has the Israel Prize from the prime minister.
Yeah, just based off some of the reporting, I think that Bibi had one mission here, and that was to get Trump on his side and for him to say things nice about him publicly, as you mentioned, for his upcoming election. There was reporting that Netanyahu is not super happy with Jared Kushner and Witkoff and how the negotiations are going. So he wanted to meet with Trump, and he wanted to get his input, and he wanted to change his mind on how he is dragging his feet, or at least plead his case to him. So we'll see if it works. What he says publicly is not always what he does in theory or in action in reality. So I think that we'll just have to wait and see how this all plays out.
Gosh, I don't know. I mean, I just kind of low-key feel like CNN's being way too soft on this dude. Of course, they all are going to be now because they got the FCC up their ass, right? And Trump's like using the FCC to try to control the media and dissent language. So essentially trying to create a state-sponsored media situation for his continued conquest of our democracy and the taking over of the United States of America by his authoritarianism and martial law, essentially. His Gestapo out here arresting American citizens and throwing people out of our country without good cause. Everything this guy does is just, it's about money. It's never about people. And he tries to play it off as it's some kind of in alignment with the good interest of the United States and its people. It never is in this situation. The constant instability in the world that's created by these sorts of actions and the constant interest in oil is one of the biggest problems we've always had in the modern age. You know what's really interesting is if we didn't have the need for oil, if we were independent from that, we probably wouldn't have much interest in Israel and Iran and everywhere else in that region, to be fully honest. But, it's all about oil with Trump. Trump's so old school and thinks so old school. He talks about clean coal. Clean and coal are oxymorons. They fucking literally are opposites. They're in juxtaposition. He's just a propagandist. That's all he is. Art of the deal, my ass. He just throws money around. He uses his power, and that's it. These people kiss his ass and fucking, give him fucking head service because they essentially need him. And that's how it's always going to be as long as we are the financial power that we are. But, if Trump keeps continuing down the path that he is, we won't have to worry about it anymore because we don't have no financial position in the world at all. And we're gonna start taking a back seat to other countries in the world. We've already have, in my opinion, and it's going to continue to go on because we continue to move in reverse instead of forward. The Trump administration is the party, or essentially the modern conservative party, is the party of no progress. That's what they are. They don't make progress. They never will make progress. All they want to do is push us back in the 1950s so that way they can have their absolute control and power. It's all about what? And I say it every time. They just want to keep the power. Always. Here we go. MAGA explodes over Zohran Mamdani's choice of a lesbian to head New York City's fire department. Interesting. And then Elon Musk had to come out and have his fucking say in it, of course. The fucking guy. He's a complete douchebag. It doesn't know shit. Oh, yeah, we care about your opinion so much, Elon. You can't even run X right. X is all fucked up, dude. What are you going to do, Grok? fucking go suck Grok's cock. I don't know. I mean, that's why I named it Grok, because it rhymed with cock. You're fucking crazy, dude, and for talking shit. A gay woman will do a better job at running the fire department than any straight man will ever do.
It should be a requirement, I think.
I think the trope is there, right?
Yeah.
The trope is there. I think it should be just lesbian women from here out that run the fire department in New York City. Probably every fire department in the entire country, actually. Lillian Bossignor has all the credentials to be commissioner of the New York City Fire Department. She served in the fire department for 31 years, finishing her tenure as head of emergency medical operations. She was not only the first woman to hold the title, but also in history as an out lesbian. She became the first woman in the fire department's history to hold a 4-star rank. She was widely praised for her leadership during the COVID pandemic. She was endorsed by all 3 unions representing firefighters and fire department officers and medics. And she'll make history as the first lesbian to lead the FDNY Fire Department in New York. So, hell yeah, girl, you go. Fuck yeah, do it. Live big. Live large. Great choice, Mr. Zoran Mamdani, Mr. Mayor. Great choice. I'm so happy that we're pissing off men everywhere. Because you know what? It's just time for women to lead. It's time for women to lead, and at the very least, very much more progressive mindsets like Mr. Mayor Mamdani here that we need in this country to move this essentially forward. In order to move this forward in a direction that actually is progress instead of just moving in reverse 50 years. Anyways, so needless to say, MAGA hates her. Within days of Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani making his announcement, the right wing has hurled all its usual criticisms at Bonsignor, including homophobic ones. Of course, homophobic ones. It's so great because that's always the first thing that a bunch of little wimpy little F words that suck on, red hat dick all day long do is essentially throw around some homophobic slurs or some fucking bullshit, or some transphobia or some other shit because that's all they got. They don't have any real balls. So that's what they do. They just try to attack what they perceive to be the weakness of what people are, but the perceived weakness is never the weakness because gay people and lesbian people and essentially transgender people, we don't have weaknesses. Y'all fucking beat the weakness out of us, okay? So even any weakness that we were allowed to have before, we don't have now, especially after coming out of the closet. So you guys might as well forget about it. The most powerful person in America is an out gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender person. Period. We're the most powerful. That's why they want to oppress us, because they know that we have influence. And furthermore, we get to live as our true selves and be exactly who we are without apology. And I'm never apologizing for who the fuck I am. And this woman that is highly qualified for the position should not be apologizing for who she is in any way, shape, or form. And I know that she won't. So this is a really good move by Mr. Mamdani. So kudos to him. Kudos to his new administration there in New York City. I think that we're going to see a new model for American cities moving forward. And that's going to happen right in New York because New York is one of the greatest cities in America for a reason. It is a great place for people to come, and it should be led by a great man like Mr. Mamdani. It should be also led by great women like Lillian Bonsignor here that has been selected to lead the New York Fire Department. So excellent choice. Many of the attacks focus on the fact that Bonsignor was never a firefighter. At the top of the list of inflammatory slam stance Elon Musk in a post on X on Friday. Musk dramatically claim people will die because of this. Great reactionary politics we got going on there, right? So essentially, that's just typically what they're going to say. I mean, she's been a leader in the fire department for 31 years. You know, she understands the bureaucracy of the fire department, how to get things done. So she understands the needs, and that's all that matters. Senator Ted Cruz chimed in, a great idea unless there's a fire. It's fucking Megyn Kelly added, here we go again. Megyn Kelly. Oh, Megyn. I love you, Megyn. We should talk sometime, Megyn Kelly. I love your hair, by the way. Fucking fake ass fucking wig bitch. Fucking extension ass shit. Fuck you and fuck your conservatism. You're a disgrace. Megyn Kelly, you're a disgrace to women everywhere. You shouldn't even call yourself a woman. You should just hurry up and stop it. It's fucking ridiculous. In fact, neither of the last two commissioners appointed to by outgoing Mayor Eric Adams had operational experience. Very interesting how if it's a dude, it's cool because, you know, balls. But if it's a woman, you know, everybody's going to die now because a woman's in charge. This misogyny, this deep-rooted misogyny in our culture in the United States is disgusting. And every woman in this country should stand up against it, period. Podcaster John McCarry, a retired lieutenant in the New York City Police Department, was quick to point out that Bosingor is well qualified. Eric Adams, current NYPD police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, also has zero law enforcement experience. McCarry posted on X, Lillian Bosignor has 30 years of FDNY EMS experience. The overwhelming majority of calls handled by the firefighters are EMS runs. That's a fact. The most of you know, unironically, most of the calls handled by the fire department are emergency services response for people that need help because they're having a medical emergency or there's some sort of accident. It's not always a 4-alarm fucking building fire. And regardless if there is, there's people that are going to respond to that are trained to handle it. Leadership doesn't require direct experience in a specific area when the services offered by a particular organization are diverse. And she has tons of experience in the one area that mostly they're going to be dealing with anyways. But, homophobia was also part of the criticism of Bosignor as well. The New York FDNY chief doesn't know anything about firefighting, but is an expert in pronouns and pointing out perceived homophobia. Former Minnesota State Senator Sean Ninau posted, what could possibly go wrong there? You know, just the fact that we even entertain these kinds of comments, and just the fact that this is the quiet part out loud now, that they're just going to run around and say whatever they feel now because they've been enabled by this current administration to be fucking overtly homophobic, overtly racist, overtly fucking a Nazi. All this stupid shit that we're just accepting now as normal. The fucking decline of DEI in workplaces by companies like, you know, Target and a whole bunch of other companies is disgusting. Y'all should be fucking ashamed of yourselves, okay? This is not the standard of the United States of America. This is not the standard we created for the last 40 years. This is a decline in Western civilization, okay? We should be embarrassed at how far we've went back socially when we could come right out and say some fucking homophobic shit about a well-qualified woman that is going to be appointed to the leader of a major organization in New York City. And just the fact that you would attack her like that, and it's a bunch of men doing it, and even one disgusting conservative woman that shouldn't even call herself a woman does it, is just ridiculous that we would even tolerate it. The misogyny coming out of these men's mouth, like you can run anything fucking better. Elon, get back to X because X sucks fucking balls, okay? And you do too. And, essentially, not just that, but, faux news. Come on, faux news. We don't give a fuck about faux news on here. This is just fucking propaganda. They want to go ahead and attack any diversity in the world because they want to put us back to 1955 and get the women in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant. So they can go out and have martini lunches and hookers every day.
Make sure you're sharing your screen if you want to.
Well, I've been sharing the screen. I've just been popping back and forth.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You're good.
So, Adams, who was indicted on corruption charges in 2024, well, that's interesting. Of course they're indicted on corruption charges. Any conservative is going to be indicted on corruption charges, right? Essentially, what's so interesting about that is that it's always the kettle calling it black, right? I mean, fuck. It's always these fucking motherfuckers. He's been indicted on corruption and highly critical of Mamdani, but Adams may also be continuing to burnish his credentials with President Trump, whose Department of Justice dropped the charges against him. So I think it's funny. He's literally indicted for corruption, and Trump, the most corrupt president that's ever lived in the history of the United States of America, possibly one of the most corrupt blue-collar criminals in the history of white-collar criminals in the history of the United States, is dropping charges against these people, of course. I mean, it's all cronyism. It's all about the back pocket politics. Department of Justice dropped charges against him. Adams then started pledging cooperation with ISIS crackdown on immigrants. It's so cool. Trump's like, hey, what about them charges? I'll go ahead and drop those charges. I'll go ahead and let my Gestapo in there. Fucking, let my secret police come and arrest people and black bag them. Many interpreted it as quid pro quo for the drop charges. Fuck yeah, it's quid pro quo. It's always quid pro quo with these motherfuckers. That's all they do. Mamdani campaigned on his support for the LGBTQ community, winning more than 80% of the LGBTQ vote, according to an NBC News exit poll. In his victory speech election night, Mamdani pledged to defend the trans community against attacks from the Trump administration and created an office of LGBTQIA+ affairs. Congratulations, Mr. Mamdani. Thank you for supporting our community. Thank you for being a great ally. Thank you for doing what you said you were going to do, because I think that's what we really need is progressive minds in positions of power doing exactly what they said they were going to do. And slowly, people will start to see what the better choice is, of course. Subscribe to the LGBTQ Nation newsletter. I think that's good advice. If you like to stay up on this, essentially, this sort of issues, this is probably a good idea. So, what's next? Fire Chief. Clip of Zoran talking to young New Yorker about his concerns about homelessness. Okay, this is a good one. I want to hear this one for sure.
I have a question.
Please.
I want to do something about the homeless people because they're all in the train, and I go to school and back home in the train every day, and I want to do something about it so they can have home and treatment, and they can get better if they're sick and have food.
See, the kid gets it.
And washed.
Can I add to that? All right. I mean, 7 years old and he has an awareness of help. Like, I want to help. I want to do something about this. It shouldn't be this way, right? And so I'm here as a mom, a single mom.
A 7-year-old gets it. Why doesn't anybody else get it? You know? Oh, we can't afford that shit, but we'll keep shipping bombs to Israel.
And as a concerned citizen, just like, what does it mean to be a community and what does it mean to support one another? We're here for all of that, right, Papito? Told you that was fast. Thank you so much for doing this. This is incredible.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Leo. Bye. Bye. Hasta luego.
Mucho gusto. Thank you so much.
Bye, Mom Donnie.
Interesting clip. Very cool. Very cool. Because essentially a 7-year-old understands that there shouldn't be homeless people sleeping in the streets, you know, needing clothing and food and everything else. You know, they understand that it's wrong and it shouldn't be going on. Why is it going on? In the richest country in the world, we can't afford to take care of all of our citizens. It's only because our interests lie elsewhere. The Republican Party, the MAGA Americans, always talk about America first. There is no America first when people are left behind in our own country when it comes to education, housing, clothing, employment, all these kinds of things. You know, there should be a socialized income in this country, or the bare minimum is supplied to people who are having a hard time. Some people are having hard times for all kinds of reasons. A lot of people think that, you know, homeless people, they're just lazy, right? And they must have made just some horrible choices, and that's why they're there. That's not true. A lot of people just fall on bad times, bad luck, they get sick. Mental health is a big, huge problem in the United States. Many of our homeless people in this country are actually veterans of the armed forces of the United States. They should have been well taken care of, but they're not. Sometimes when you have PTSD, it becomes very hard for you to function in society in general. And you know what? The facts are, in a modern society, with the kinds of technologies that we have in place and the amount of resources, which is very abundant, there's no reason why we should have any of this going on. And if I was president of the United States, the first thing I would vow to do is that we would not have one single homeless person living on the streets without the help that they need. That would be my main agenda as a president of the United States. You know, second only to making sure equality and rights apply to all evenly. You know, equal protection underneath the 14th Amendment, which it seems like this administration likes to continue to ignore the 14th Amendment, that equal protection doesn't apply to all citizens. They're trying to reclassify what it even means to be a citizen in this country. They're talking about legacy blood and all kinds of stuff and taking away birthright citizenship and all this stuff. This is all just a bunch of eugenics bullshit based in their neo-fascist, racist, white Christian ideology. So essentially, it's a great thing that, I mean, it gives us a little hope that a 7-year-old would understand that there shouldn't be homeless people. But unfortunately, we have this problem because, you know, nobody wants to do something about it. There's lots of solutions. I mean, we got a lot of smart people, a lot of smart talent in this country. I'm sure we could come up with a way to fix this, you know. I know one of the things that they do sometimes is they just bus them away, which is fucking stupid, right? You can't just delegate the problem onto somebody else. We have to fix the actual problems. DHS offers $3,000 to those who self-deport. This is great.
This credit card has an interest rate that's really, really low. How low? This low. The credit card that's in your wallet.
Turn yourself in and we will fly you back. That's the message from the Department of Homeland Security to people in the U.S. living here illegally. The Trump administration is giving them incentives to return to their countries of origin and avoid arrest. Alexandria Hoff has the details.
The Trump administration wants to help migrants reunite with their families. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announcing her department is tripling the incentive for illegal aliens to leave voluntarily before the end of the year.
We'll buy you a ticket, give you $3,000 to go home, and that includes people that have not been detained, maybe have interacted with us, are detained and don't have criminal charges against them.
The holiday.
Look at this bitch. Here, let's look at her face again. Here, look at this shit. Look at her face. Does anybody else see this? Like, what the fuck, bitch? You're so basic. And then look at your lips. You got enough goddamn filler in those lips. That's crazy. Like fucking silicone. Straight up silicone. And some Botox and shit. And then, you know, they plastered the makeup on. They just fucking, they have a booth. They just spray painted on her. Mm-hmm. You know, and I don't know. I mean, whatever. Fuck you, Kristi Noem. You know, $3,000? $3,000? They're going to give $3,000? Okay, now isn't this hypocritical? This is pretty hypocritical, right? Didn't they just get done saying that they're going to make sure that no amount of our taxpayer dollars go into the hands of illegal immigrants, but now they're going to give them $3,000 to turn themselves in and to be flown back to wherever they're from? I'd say that sounds a little bit like socialism to me, doesn't it? And then furthermore, $3,000, so they're going to insult them and offer them 1 month's rent to go do something else when they probably spent years coming here to begin with and then years building something here just to have them thrown out before they even have a chance to even do what, you know, essentially they set out to do. You know, what are you going to just, oh, $3,000, hey, we'll give you $3,000. That'll be a great party for when you get back to wherever the hell we're sending you to. It's not that much money, especially in today's economy, and they know it. But regardless, think about it. They're going to give $3,000 of your tax money, Mr. Conservatives, to send these people back. $3,000. $3,000. To how many millions? How many millions of dollars does that equate to? You know, we should do the math on that one. I'm pretty sure it's going to run into billions with a B. So there goes, you know, our fucking budget out the window to try to fucking bribe people and to turn themselves in so we could just get them out of our country. Stupid.
That have not been detained, maybe have interacted with us, are detained and don't have criminal charges against them.
The holiday incentive comes as the Trump administration increasingly cracks down on those who enter the country illegally and programs allowing people to come to the U.S. legally. After 2 National Guard soldiers were shot in Washington, D.C. by an Afghan national, the White House suspended all active asylum claims. And following last week's shooting at Brown and MIT universities, officials suspended the Visa lottery program that allowed that gunman to come to the U.S.
We need to do away with the lottery system, not put it on pause, and have an immigration system that, quite frankly, Brian, brings in the best and the brightest.
Yeah. Democrats and the courts have pushed back against President Trump's immigration action since he returned to office, and now church officials are even speaking out.
People are to be respected and treated with dignity, whether they are documented or undocumented, whether they are here legally or illegally.
Congress created the now suspended Visa lottery program back in 1990 as a way to give people from countries underrepresented in the U.S. a chance to come here. In Washington, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to...
Fuck you, Sean Hannity. I hate your ass. What a punk bitch, man. Do they just glue a new face onto him every day now? There's no way this motherfucker looks like this. They fucking spray paint him, face tune the shit out of him. Look at this fucking wig. Jesus. Anyways, I don't know. I think it's fucking crazy that we're going to pay $3,000 a head to have somebody turn themselves in so we can send them back somewhere where they came from. I mean, why don't we spend $3,000 to try to like help people out instead? And then nobody's being treated with any dignity, just like, you know, the church denounces it. The church should be denouncing this stuff because the whole point is that, you know, we're supposed to be a beacon of hope in the world. People are supposed to be able to come here and make a better life for themselves. And it shouldn't just be for some rich people that are going to pay, what is it, $1 million for the Trump fucking deal that he's got. You pay $1 million and you get to become a citizen. some shit like that. Isn't that correct, Emily?
What is it?
Trump has some sort of card you can get. You can literally buy your way into America for like $1 million.
Yeah, something like that.
Some
it's like the Trump Gold card.
The Trump Gold card. Instead of the green card, you get the Trump Gold card. So they just want to bring more rich people here. You know, they're buddies. They're fucking cronies. It's really interesting. So, I mean, if I was a conservative that voted for the Trump administration, I'd be really angry right now that they essentially are going to pay $3,000 a head to get people to turn themselves in. And then on top of that, they're giving the ICE agents $50,000 bonuses and paying off all their student loans to go detain people. And it's like, that's the definition of socialism, my friends. So if you're a conservative and you hate socialism, fuck, man, you better get up their asses and tell them. Oh, Hassan, craziest political moments.
Let's take a look at the wildest political moments of 2025.
People are sort of looking around thinking, wow, well, maybe I could get a chicken in my backyard.
The Steak and Shake has been great for RFK and the French fries.
You can't get a glass of water?
Brother, so much winning. You'll be saying, Mr. President, please no more winning. Suffering from success. I cannot believe that this is, like, this doesn't even cover a fraction of the insanity of this year. 1 down, 3 more to go. If we make it that far, it's a clown show. It's a goddamn clown show, and it sucks because it kind of feels like a lot of the clown.
Keyword, I'll stop right there for just a second and chime in. That clown show is the fucking word. It's fucking straight up big time clown show with big stupid ass fucking clown shoes. The whole fucking thing has been. I watched this earlier today. I always watch some of these YouTube clips that he puts up while I'm getting ready for the day. But I watched this earlier, and it's really interesting. When we start thinking back on things, I think we forget about a lot of this shit. But these people are fucking crazy, and this is who's in charge of our country. I don't think it's going to go well for them. I think 2026 is going to be the year when we start seeing the backlash to what has been going on with these people. It ain't going to be long. I don't think Trump's got long anyways. I think the health is deteriorating pretty dramatically right now. That's my personal opinion from what I can tell. But furthermore, it's like, look at this shit. I mean, this has been a crazy fucking year. Crazy, crazy fucking year. And just think, every time we have one of these fucking idiot conservatives in office, it's always insane. There's always a war. There's always some bullshit going on. There's always people being fucking oppressed. There's always the in crowd and the out crowd. They're fucking they're just garbage. It's pretty
clowns
bad.
are still enjoying it. Like there are far more clowns than I thought that are still on board at this stage. Like there are still, I know woke 2.0, we talk about it. We talk about how like people are pivoting and it's only going to get worse from here on out because like the economy's not going to improve, and as conditions worsen, more and more discontent will be realized. More and more people will keep yelling. But of course, like that discontent is rudderless at this point because the Democrats are not even remotely invested in putting up a fight and guiding people in a decent direction.
If you don't understand the rules of power, you will certainly lose to someone who does.
Taking advantage of even the momentum, and I don't know where we're at.
TikTok got banned. The FDA said Zyn is good for getting off cigarettes or getting on Zyn, if you're cool. Hindenburg went down again. Joe Biden gave a farewell speech mumbling some about a U.S. oligarchy or something. New prez, who launched a meme coin. McDonald's ended its DEI programs. Amazon ended its DEI programs. Meta ended its DEI program.
The death of DEI, dude.
Target ended its DEI programs. Zuck on Rogue. TikTok came back. Justin Trudeau's got better things going on. Trump pardoned the Silk Road guy. Wildfires in L.A. Plane crash in D.C. DeepSeek did AI and everyone freaked the fuck out. Trump started doing a little terrafin. The Mavericks committed white genocide. Birds got the flu and... started doing a little terrafin. The Mavericks committed white genocide.
Also Israel. Also Miriam Adelson. I'm just saying it. Miriam Adelson.
Blame flip. Nike and Kim Kardashian are totally hooking up. While Ye used a Super Bowl ad to sell swastika t-shirts. Elon asked government employees what they're doing for...
Bro, I forgot about that. That was so crazy. Dude, what was bro on, dude? I mean, the way things are going in American culture, he kind of was a visionary in that front too. Like, not just on some, like, I mean, he barely was anti-Israel. He was just mostly anti-Semitic and pro-Hitler, but nitrous oxide, true, he was on nitrous. He really was breaking the boundaries ahead of time. He was just too early to the game.
Trump started beefing with all the schools that rejected you. Katy Perry went to space. Stephen A. Smith started talking about running for president, and so the Pope died. Chipotle wants to expand to Mexico. Sam Altman.
The Pope didn't die. The Pope was killed by J.D. Vance, allegedly.
Gold prices up big time. Klarna IPO. Charlie Kirk died. Larry Ellison, richest person for a little bit. Kimmel off air. Government shutdown. Rite Aid shutdown. AI circle jerk. AI layoffs. AI friend. Louvre heist. Amazon outage. Betting scandals. JP Morgan building. Rate cut. Household debt and car repos went up. GTA 6 got delayed again. Peel bet $100 million in the New York City election. And this guy won, which isn't surprising. He's clearly best friends with the president. Elon secured a $1 trillion bag. The Big Short guy is now a big Substack guy. And Meta isn't a monopoly, apparently. Private credit? Cracked. Doge? Dead. The penny? Dead. The lowly soybean? Trapped in the crossfire of the US-China trade wars. Epstein photo dump.
When you put it like that, kind of a year, huh?
Coin bombs. OpenAI goes code red. Zuckerberg puts the brakes on the metaverse. Kalshi partnered with the news. Netflix makes Warner Bros. Their Warner bitches. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and American Secretary of Attention Katy Perry got linked up. Flop. Australia bans Instagram and other social media for children under 16. World Dart Championship. That robot vacuum company sucks. Trump sued the BBC for $10 billion. And it's Battle of the Kevins for the next Fed chair.
Bro, and the end of the year brought us the disbandment of Phase. Only a month, not even an entire month after Phase 1 Org of the Year. So much happened, dude.
Have been a year, and it's been an honor to have reported alongside you throughout. So for the good of you, me, and work, I'm Dan Toomey.
American Century of Humiliation Year 1. I think we're already in the American Century of Humiliation. We've been in it. But I think it's eventually going to become impossible to deny, and then it's over. Back in the day, empires took 200 years to decline and like fully die. Like the Roman Empire took like even longer than that, right? It's gotten far faster for major empires to fall apart because of the internet. The information isn't traveling by horse anymore. It's not traveling by ships. It's traveling in real time. So when certain parts of the empire is unstable, when all of these empires inevitably over leverage and or overextend and find themselves in an impossible situation where they're holding out to every aspect and edges start chipping away, the speed of the collapse is greatly improved.
Tag Ovalia.
I haven't learned this language yet.
Tag Ovalia.
I haven't learned.
He said, I haven't learned this language yet, and turned to him and said, what are you saying?
This language yet. What did he say?
I don't want to comment on it. The answer is yes.
I don't know them, but I love them. It's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody. I have no idea what they analyzed, but whatever they analyzed it well.
I have no idea what they analyzed, but whatever they analyzed it well. He doesn't have any idea about anything. He's just a fucking talking head for these fucking douchebags.
Grabbed like you grab a beautiful little baby.
Oh,
that's
no,
what I say.
No. Oh, hell no. God
Hell no.
damn. Oh, my Lord. Oh, you shouldn't be grabbing babies, man. That's on the record.
I never mentioned looks. Woman with the wild hair. I guess we can say a trophy wife. The fat shot.
It's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals.
My body is a little bit larger than his. They think that they're hardcore.
That one was so good. When he got like weirdly self-deprecating and he was talking about like, you know, I don't think anyone would want to see me. I don't think anyone would want to see me naked, my naked body.
Fat generals and admirals.
My body.
Yeah, my body is a little bit larger than he is. My body on the beach. No one would want to see me. They wouldn't say you're a baddie, Mr. President.
Nothing but kissing my ass. People from all countries. Bull.
These guys don't give a
I don't give a
We are done with that.
Go yourself.
No f***ing way.
and f yourself. To my haters, F you.
Stop yelling. Yes, a non-yeller.
I'm standing for Jersey.
Hey, Trump.
Bro, it's a clown show, man. What a clown show. What a goddamn clown show this is. Oh my Lord, American politics, man.
Clown
it is so
show.
busted, brother.
Let you take our democracy down. Burn it down to the ground. We will win.
Didn't that guy die? Am I crazy? The one with the bass?
Push it down. Burn it down to the...
Didn't this guy die? He's one of the Democrats who died.
His
no?
guitar's
no, it was
fucking
someone
way
else,
the hell
I
out
believe.
of tune.
Every
as far
parade
as I can
has the right to exist.
We all are going to die.
I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven.
Turn the volume.
That was crazy too when he was like, I'm going to hell. Another wild
for sure going to
moment
hell.
of revelation where he's just like, I don't think anything's getting me to heaven.
If you want to take it outside.
Mr.
Chairman,
I am not a secret Nazi.
Why don't you wear a suit?
I have not lost control.
Biden can't hit a ball 30 yards. I looked at his swing.
You know, this president doesn't sleep. He's working all the time.
Thank you again. Won't forget. So
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it.
this is going to be great television, I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, this is like not even the important stuff. It's a compilation of the crazier things that have taken place. Let's get to Marco Rubio. Secretary Rubio gives year in review. Let's
Gosh,
take a look.
I
I'm the
hate
National
fucking
Security
Marco
Advisor and the
Rubio.
Secretary of State and the archivist right now, the acting archivist for
Look at
the
this
47th
F-word.
President of the United States, the best president
Oh
we've
my
ever had,
God.
and it's an honor to be able to do this job. We have a lot of achievements this
He's
year.
blowing up
Let's start with the
Grindr
peace
right
deals.
now. He's
One peace
Grindr's
deal
going
after
off in
another.
his
India,
pocket while he's
Pakistan are ready to
talking.
go to war, a very dangerous war.
Fucking
The
Grindr.
president stopped it. Cambodia and Thailand, we got that peace deal put in place.
Hey, Marco Rubio, you know what? I bet you get some good affiliate marketing with Grindr. I mean, shit, you blow it up. I mean, there'd be like a ton of tops up in there. It'd be like, oh, you're pretty cute, Marco Rubio. F-word.
Azerbaijan and Armenia, a war that could have started that would have been terrible. We put that into place. And of course, Gaza, that long war, nobody saw an end to it. The president got involved, brought it to an end, and with a plan for long-term stability and security. Beyond that, we went to Europe this year, and the president got NATO to do something no president has ever been able to get NATO to do, and that is increase their defense spending to 5%. Just a few years ago, they were at 2%. 5% for all these countries, an incredible achievement by President Trump and his team.
Good luck, man. This is going to really do numbers. Oh, 41,000 views in 3 days. I'm not even touching this. This is the Joe Brandon. This is the most Brandon-ass thing, and honestly, I think Brandon did a better job of staking his claim on the NATOization of Finland.
He wanted the Finlandization of NATO. He got the NATOization of Finland.
This Brandon-ass content. We're moving on.
He wanted
Here's the
the
Associated Press's top
Finlandization of
moments in
NATO.
U.S.
Got
politics in
the
2025. Let's take a look. What a year it's been.
2025 began with the funeral of former President Jimmy Carter and the inauguration of President Donald Trump. Due to cold weather, the ceremony was moved to the Capitol Rotunda.
So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty, EI and woke.
Oh, come on.
So
You're not
smart.
Gonna put the
Let's withdraw from the
inauguration
climate
double
treaty, everybody.
Sig Heil? You're not going to
This
put
is
the
really
double Sig
good
Heil in the
shit.
inauguration? That wasn't a significant moment.
Policies, refugee admission crisis at the border, public safety threats.
So this is January 6th?
Presidential pardon, that's what we got. Nobody gets those. People like.
Have you guys heard of the story of the guy who got arrested and was like, I'll call Daddy Trump now? This is what I'm talking about.
This
Trump
shit's
really has
funny
the
as
dumbest
hell.
cult ever. Judges reading this stupid South Carolina redneck all his charges, and he says he's going to call Trump, shaking my head.
Pending in both the magistrate court and...
So, let's stop right here for a second on this one, because this shit is fucking hilarious, right? This shit is funny, because look at this motherfucker. Look at his face. Look how red his face is. He's obviously a fucking drunk. You know a good MAGA drunk when you see one. I mean, the dude's a drunk. He's drunk driving. He's in front of the judge being arraigned on charges. He's going to have a court date. And he literally is empowered to talk like a fucking idiot to a judge. And thinks that Daddy Trump is going to come save him from state charges.
In General Sessions, you've got a driving under the influence going to Spartanburg Magistrate Court. And you've got a failure stop for a blue light and a grand larceny.
Well, that's a lie, because I took a drug test. I did a blood drug test, and it come back negative.
30 days on the driving under the influence.
Okay, well, I'm
I
not
need for you
doing
to
that.
sign right here.
I'm not signing that.
Okay, that's what
And
I need you to know.
I'm also, the traffic failure to stop for a blue light, no injury or death, first offense.
Do you
I'm
want
not
to give me a
signing
phone
that.
number for your mother? Your mother's
I'm
in the
not
back.
signing that either.
You're not going to give me a phone number
No,
for your
I'm
mother
not.
to be text message?
No, that's okay.
All right. You have, if you fail to make your court appearance, and your court appearance will be held.
I'm not going to court either.
I understand that. Your court appearance will be held January 22nd, 2026 at 10
Look,
o'clock.
y'all feed me this garbage and feed lies and
You
put
wish
this
to-
crap on TV and say I
You
was
wish to
driving
make
under,
sure you
excuse
get-
me, I'm talking.
No, you're not.
I'm talking.
Okay.
Driving
Your
under
bond,
the
sir,
influence and drinking.
Your bond is set at $950
I don't have no
cash
bond. I don't have no
surety,
bond.
and you got a $20,000 cash surety bond on the failure to stop for a blue light.
Well, I'm not signing either one.
I understand that, sir.
I'll contact Donald Trump if
Until
I
now,
have
it's
to.
in my
That's awesome. Is it wrong to feel this way? Low key, is it wrong to feel this way if you are this guy? Like, can you even blame him for going, Daddy Trump will save me? I saw
Daddy
what he did to
Trump,
them
please save
pedophiles
me. I
from
got in
J6.
trouble.
I'll storm the White House right now.
Okay, yep. I guess I'll be contacting Donald Trump then.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's his Trump card. He said, guess I'll be contacting Donald Trump now. Like, this guy, unironically, I think he legitimately thinks this could work. And let's be fair, don't you think there's a chance? Actually, because this is the most Twitter-focused administration of all time, don't you kind of feel like there could be a moment where Trump intervenes, actually, or someone intervenes? If that goes...
The answer is yes. I absolutely think that Trump, if Trump hears this, he's going to go, yeah, we need to free that guy down there. He didn't do anything wrong. Fucking, he's one of my minions. He says he's going to get up there and storm the Capitol again. I mean, he's just the type. Just the type of motherfucker that does crazy shit like this. So, yeah, I mean, everybody should just see what's really going on in this country when you get shit like this, where somebody thinks they're just going to reach out to the president and they're not going to be held accountable for fucking DUI, driving under the influence. I mean, I think any normal-minded conservative could agree that driving under the influence is a really bad thing to do because it puts families at risk.
Viral enough, I could absolutely see Donald Trump calling it. Like, under different circumstances, you'd be like, no, that's not the case. Come on now, you're being ridiculous. This is a very different administration. This is a very different time in our culture. It's not a federal charge. We're not talking about the actual chatter. It's a DUI. It's a state charge. We're not talking about whether or not Donald Trump actually has the capacity to pardon this person. None of that matters. None of that matters at all. It's just Trump is the God. Trump is my God. Trump is my daddy. He will save me. And you're watching this unfold anyway. The reason why I clicked on that, the reason why I showed you the other instance is because he did turn around and pardon these guys.
The Trump administration continues immigration enforcement.
The Pentagon is set to send active duty troops to help secure the southern border.
Did you see that? There was a collision
between a commercial plane and a military helicopter, America's deadliest aviation disaster in nearly a quarter century.
I'd like to request a moment of silence for the victims and their families, please.
President Trump's favorite economic tool is the tariff.
Tariffs on Mexico, on Canada, on China.
You added 120,000 jobs.
God, that Liberation Day was so sick. What a spectacular moment. It was just bleeding the economy. The day of liberation was so hilarious to watch unfold. Like, everything's in the red. All these motherfuckers that are, you know, big business guys that literally were on the Trump train, turning around and being like, what the hell is happening here? Please no, how dare you, sir? You weren't supposed to f us like this.
And to my fellow...
That's exactly what happened. They're all like, oh, yay, Trump's going to do this. Trump's going to do everything for the farmers and for businesses and finance and all this shit. And he goes and he fucks it all up and fucking destroys it. Farmers are out here. Crops are rotting because they can't export anything to fucking China because, you know, essentially a tariff now. You know, tariffs everywhere. You know, and then go to the grocery store and try to buy anything. Oh, Trump's going to remove tariffs on fruit and beef so we can afford to eat groceries. It's fucking it's $8 a pound for fucking beef at the store right now. There's a huge fucking beef section at the store rotting away while everybody's running over to the canned meat section because nobody can afford shit anymore thanks to Trump's fucked up tariffs.
Citizens, America is back. DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. Secret Service Director to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
A well-known Palestinian activist at Columbia University was arrested by ICE agents.
Secretary Rubio.
That was bait, by the way. That DJ was 100% bait, and I'm proud of all of you for not falling for it. We didn't say nothing at the time. They 100% put that kid up there on that pedestal to have people turn around and say and most people were just like, oh, okay, well, you're cutting brain cancer research funding, so f you. And that was the extent of the commentary. Wait, what do you mean? What I mean is they put that kid on the pedestal so that they could get liberals to turn around and say, like, you know, to talk about a kid with brain cancer so that they could, you know, farm fake outrage off of it, as though Republicans wouldn't do exactly that if the kid was woke in any capacity. But most liberals didn't fall for it. Why would that outrage me? I mean, because it's a stupid show. It's inherently hypocritical to literally cut cancer research funding while simultaneously being like, oh, this kid's gonna be an ICE agent. It's a prop. That's why it was bait, to make it look like a bunch of liberals were dunking on a kid with brain cancer.
President Donald Trump travels to the Middle East. Reportedly, he'll accept a luxury Boeing jumbo jet from the royal family of Qatar.
They're giving us a...
Let's stop right there. This is the one that really got my goat, right? This one fucking pissed me off so bad. Fucking Qatar gives him a luxury fucking jet? Qatar? What the fuck? You want to talk about accepting gifts as the president? You know, everything this president has done since he's been president, he's been profiting off the presidency this entire time. And now they're looking at articles of impeachment over this, which they should. Although saying the word impeach around Trump doesn't mean anything because we've already done it twice and we're probably doing it a third time. But it doesn't seem like there's any real fucking consequences for this man, nor has he ever been held accountable for his 96 fucking felonies and all the sexual assault and child rape now allegations, alleged child rape allegations in the Epstein files of a 13-year-old, and then now alleged allegations of essentially of the death of a baby that might have been involved with some sort of underage pregnancy. There's a bunch of shit in the documents. And then this guy's accepting, you know, multi-million-dollar jets from Qatar, all kinds of other things, gifting everywhere. He's quid quo pro every day with everybody. He's giving out pardons to anybody that will fucking scratch his back.
Jet. I could say no, or I could say thank you very much.
Elon Musk is criticizing the Trump legislative agenda.
Elon Musk is leaving his government role as a top advisor to
What these guys choose to cover and what they choose to omit is so crazy. They didn't put the Elon Musk Sig Heil on there. If they don't put the Elon Musk Donald Trump is a pedophile tweet on there, I'm gonna lose my mind.
President Donald Trump.
My friend, and he's done a fantastic job. He didn't need this.
President Trump is responding aggressively to protests over his
Come on! He straight up said Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, bro. And that's the reason why it's not being released. He played a big role in that popping off at that point.
immigration policies in Los Angeles.
Tensions escalating in Los Angeles as members of the National Guard use rubber bullets and tear gas to control thousands of protesters.
Opponents of President Donald Trump's administration are rallying in hundreds of cities during the military parade in Washington, which also happens to coincide with Trump's birthday.
President Donald Trump says a ceasefire between Iran and Israel is in effect.
Trump's birthday was one hell of a fucking failure. Went and spent all that money, all those tax dollars. That brings up a really good point, right? So we have a conservative party here. We have a bunch of Americans here, working class, blue collar Americans, HVAC people, construction workers, road construction workers, heavy equipment operators, people are in manufacturing. All these people go out here every day at fucking crack-ass butt of dawn. They get up, they go out to their jobs for the entire fucking day and come home exhausted and pay their taxes. Where basically, if they weren't paying those federal taxes, they would be able to almost double their lifestyle. Or damn close to it. They could probably afford a second home if they already own one to begin with, because home ownership, the median age is over 50 now. You know, he's all this shit going on. He's investing money in everything but the American people. He's got the big arch going up. That's all about him. I gotta put my mark on America. We got the big arch. Everybody else has an arch. We need to have an arch. Spending fucking money on every stupid fucking thing that he could spend money on. Where's the fiscal conservative? Where's the conservative fiscal plan? Is I'm not seeing it. I just see he's gonna fucking take money away from poor people, take money away from programs that help people out, to do some fucking elaborate ass fucking monument in Washington D.C. and fucking everything else. It's just stupid. This guy is the biggest fucking hypocrite ever lived.
After the deal initially faltered, leaving Trump frustrated with both sides.
They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
After nearly 27 hours of debate, Senate Republicans passed President Donald Trump's signature bill.
Republicans in the House hope to quickly pass President Donald Trump's tax and spending cuts package.
The motion is adopted.
I think this is one of the
taxes and spending cuts, but a $300 million ballroom, and then also a giant arch that he's just like, this is going to be the greatest arch that the world has ever seen. He's like trying to follow in the footsteps of Nazi Germany here. It was a horrible fucking day when he gutted the American healthcare system, health insurance system, so that way Americans don't have to fucking pay out the ass for this shit here recently with the government shutdown, all this shit. They literally are taking from the poor and giving to the rich. They're like reverse fucking Robin Hood. And if you're a conservative man, woman, you go out into the world and you work your ass off every day and you're always trying to figure out, how to make ends meet, or you have very small savings or whatever, a normal family, fucking go to work, fucking kids go to school. If you have all that, you should realize that you're not part of this. You're not part of their in club. You're not rich enough. And yet you'll run out as quick as you possibly can and vote for these fucking morons, and they're not the party of the people at all. They're the party of the rich.
the saddest days in modern American history.
President Trump is mourning the victims of the flash flooding in Texas last weekend.
My deepest sympathy to all of the parents who lost beautiful young souls.
Jeffrey Epstein is back in the news.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
President Trump headed to Alaska for his summit with President Putin of Russia.
There was no deal reached on a ceasefire, as Trump had promised. Now all eyes are turning to Ukrainian President.
When it ends, I can't tell you, but the war is going to end.
President Donald Trump says he's deploying the National Guard to make the nation's capital safer.
The Trump administration has asked a military base outside of Chicago for support on immigration operations.
The Vice President and the Secretary of Defense made an unannounced visit to Union Station.
Well, there you have it. A short rerun of the horrible year under Trump. And just think, we have a whole nother one ahead of us, and possibly two more after that if we ever make it there. So, damn. Turning Point USA.
Make it a habit. A 10-minute AI routine every morning. You'll be unrecognized.
Welcome back. The rise of artificial intelligence, or AI, is sparking fears that AI could put millions of Americans out of work. One study by MIT found that AI could replace 1/10 of the U.S. workforce right now. My next guest says it is long past time for Congress to act. Joining us now, Independent Senators Bernie Sanders of Vermont. Senator,
Bernie
you are not
Sanders,
known
everybody.
for mincing words on any subject, and you certainly haven't minced them about what you call the unprecedented threats posed by AI. What are you most specifically fearful of?
Fearful of logic. This is the most consequential technology in the history of humanity. It will transform our country, it will transform the world, and we have not had in Congress, in the media, and I'm glad you're doing this show, or among the American people, the kind of discussion that we need. Some examples. First of all, who is pushing this revolution in technology? It is the richest people in the world. Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Bezos, Peter Thiel. Multi-billionaires are pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into implementing and developing this technology. What is their motive? You think they're staying up nights worrying about working people?
Hell
How
no.
this technology will impact those people? They are not. They are doing it to get richer and even more powerful. That's issue number
Certainly
one.
they are.
Who is pushing this technology? What does that mean for all of us? Number two, economically. This is what Elon Musk, putting hundreds of billions of dollars into the technology, says, quote, AI and robots will replace all jobs. Working will be optional, end quote. Bill Gates, hundreds of billions of dollars into this technology, quote, humans won't be needed for most things. Well, I got a simple question. If there are no jobs and humans won't be needed for most things, how do people get an income to feed their families, to get health care, or to pay the rent? There's not been one serious word of discussion in the Congress about that reality. Issue number three. Studies out there tell us what we all know to be true. Young people now are spending an enormous amount of time with AI. There are kids who are now getting most of their emotional support from AI.
Yeah.
If this trend continues, what does it mean over the years when people are not getting their support, their interaction from other human beings, but from a machine? What does that mean to humanity? And maybe last but not least, I did a symposium at Georgetown with Jeffrey Hinton, who is considered to be the godfather, Nobel Prize winner of AI. He thinks that AI is soon going to be smarter than human beings. So the science fiction fear of AI.
Hey, let me remark about that for a second. I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you what AI ain't replacing anytime soon is fucking art and writing and all that shit. They think it's going to replace a novelist or an artist. It's just not gonna. I mean, I'm working with AI right now some of my creative endeavors because the school I go to is big on being prolific on teaching us how to incorporate artificial intelligence into our routine so that way we can be more productive. It's a great personal assistance, but it's horrible at writing a story. It can plot, it can give you alternative plot ideas. It's great at coming up with character ideas and inspiration, all that shit, but when it comes to putting it together, it's pretty bad at it, honestly. It doesn't do a very good job at that. So the things like that I don't think is going to replace art. Well, maybe if we get robots and AI to do everything that's mundane and boring, that could be really good for humanity. How about that? I'll go ahead and throw that one out. Because maybe socialized income could be just a thing because now we have automatons doing the work. We don't have to go to work anymore. Maybe society could become a utopian socialist society, and essentially we would be able to spend our time being intellectual, thinking, loving, having fun, also making art, creating and living the human experience. And then essentially, furthermore, AI, no matter how much you believe that it might, or how much we want to fantasize that that might work out, AI is never going to replace physical human connections and interactions. So when it comes to that, we talk about jobs that would still be available. We have to throw sex work out there, right? Because as much as, you might find, an automaton that might be just perfect looking or whatever, or might be great at what it does, it's still never going to be the real thing, and that's what people want. And furthermore, there's a whole bunch of shit there. But it's probably a shift. But we also have to talk about the exploitation of this technology by people like these oligarchs that Mr. Sanders is talking about, because they'll use it for evil in a way to oppress people, and then essentially they can be like, well, we don't need as many humans anymore. What are we going to do with them? Next thing you know, you end up in some fucking Matrix type shit. You got fucking, humans being used for fucking an energy source or some stupid shit like that. Who knows? I don't think we can really imagine what's going to happen.
Running the world is not quite so outrageous a concept as people may have thought it was. Those are some of the issues that are out there.
On the subject of the replacement of millions of jobs, I want to play something that the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, said last month about that topic.
AI is the most profound technology humanity is ever working on, and it has potential for extraordinary benefits, and we will have to work through societal disruptions. Right. It will create new opportunities. It will evolve and transition certain jobs, right? And people will need to adapt.
Now, the way he talks about it, this is happening, and we, humanity, need to figure out how to adapt to it.
Right, while they make huge amounts of money. Yeah. Well, I think one of the things I think we need to do, and right now, among many other things, we're seeing data centers sprouting all over the country, raising electric bills for people in the communities, etc. I think we need to be thinking seriously about a moratorium on these data centers. Frankly, I think you got to slow this process down. It's not good enough for the oligarchs to tell us it's coming, you adapt. What are they talking about? They're going to guarantee health care to all people? What are they going to do when people have no jobs? What are they going to do, make housing free? So I think we need to take a deep breath, and I think we need to slow this thing down. One way to do it would probably be a moratorium on data centers.
The CEOs would no doubt say you would be stifling entrepreneurship and innovation.
Well, I look at it a little bit differently, and I think as a nation, as a world, we have got to do it. Is technology bad? Of course it's not. There are good aspects, bad aspects. The function of technology must be to improve life for human beings, not make Musk, not make Musk and Zuckerberg and Bezos even richer than they are.
Sure.
So let us work together to say, okay, if technology is going to radically improve worker productivity, are we going to reduce the work week substantially, making sure that workers continue to get the same pay?
Right.
If workers are thrown out on the street, how are they going to have health care? Obviously, let's guarantee health care to all people as a human right, etc.
There you go, Bernie. That's what I'm saying.
Moratorium on these new data centers.
Yeah.
What are some of the other recommendations
we need
want
this
Congress
man
to take as soon as possible?
We need him.
I think we need to vigorously study the impact that AI is having on the mental health of our country.
He's an
kids now
so great.
Among other things, kids can't read books anymore. It's too hard. Their attention span is too weak. So what we need to do is, I worry very much about kids spending their entire days getting emotional support. So we have got to take a hard look at that. And if we conclude that these technologies are creating more isolation, more loneliness, more mental illness, you know what? We've got to figure out a way to stop it.
So the president just blocked states from taking on any sort of AI regulation.
Right.
Meanwhile, Congress hasn't done anything. I mean, you are trying. Senator Hawley and Senator Britt on the other side of the aisle are trying, but there doesn't seem to be much of an appetite. Is that because, do you think, these AI technologies, the companies are so wealthy and affecting the willingness of legislators to do their job?
That's a very important part of it. Look, Elon Musk himself contributed over $270 million to elect Donald Trump the president. These guys have now come up with their super PACs to try to make sure that there is no regulation. So yeah, they are a very, very powerful entity, and I think that is one of the reasons why Congress has not been responding effectively.
Some Republican lawmakers, as I mentioned, Hawley and Britt, open to regulating. Others seem wary of any sort of involvement in this technology. Do you think ultimately that there will be a bipartisan majority willing to take any sort of action?
Well, any sort of action is what does that mean?
Any sort of legitimate action.
Significant action.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, you are, again, this technology is not being pushed by mom and pop store owners. It is being pushed by the wealthiest handful of the wealthiest, the most powerful people on earth. Can they be stopped? I don't know. But that raises a broader issue, the future of democracy. Because it's not just AI and technology. These guys have unbelievable wealth, unbelievable power. What does that mean to the future of democracy?
I'll just stop it right there. What it means for the future of democracy if we don't do something is it's not going to exist. Because they're going to have an autocracy that's going to be based on, you know, we're heading back toward a neo-feudalism, you know, based around these oligarchs that have formed and have monopolized control in the United States. And they're going to use technology like AI and automatons and robots to control the population so they can do whatever they want. We're heading toward a serious phase of Western fascism if we don't continue to get control, if we don't take charge of the finances and take some of the power and money out of the hands of these people. They're going to continue to do it. They'll just make humans obsolete unless they need them. They don't have a problem with that. They love it because then, you know, they can devalue labor even further, which is what capitalism does. Capitalism devalues labor so they can exploit the worker. So we're just going to continue down that path, and now they got a tool to do it, and they're really excited about it. Like, develop this faster. Come on. We won't have to they won't even have to have a constituent anymore. They don't have to have elections anymore if the world's ran by automatons, AI, and a group of oligarchs that control the government and have an autocracy. They have democracy. Why would they want to give their power up? There's only one solution for these people. Only one. Gosh, I just don't know right now with stuff like that. Where were we at? Wasn't that supposed to be Turning Point USA? But
Yeah, you can go back to that one.
What do you mean? It's coming up with Bernie every time.
Give me a second.
That's fine. We'll move on. Fox praises independent journalist YouTuber who made popular anti-Somali propaganda video. This is fucking stupid. Of course Fox praises them. Dude, these people all just jerk each other off and cockdock together. That's what they do.
Johnson, why are you naked? Because my t-shirt sucks. Look at Gibson. He's wearing a true classic tee. If it's a tight...
All right, well, rampant fraud is going on in Minnesota. Their Lieutenant Governor, Peggy Flanagan, well, she's busy making a giant fool of herself, wearing a hijab to stand in solidarity with the Somalis.
Who's making a real fool of themselves with those hair extensions, lady?
I'm the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, and I'm really honored and humbled to be here with all of you today. I am incredibly clear that the Somali community is part of the fabric of the state of Minnesota.
Well, thankfully, some are trying to expose the theft of taxpayer dollars in that state, including our next guest. Joining us now is independent journalist Nick Shirley, whose video documenting those suspicious
Look at these
activities
basic
at
ass
child
people.
care centers in the state has
They're
gone
fucking
massively
boring.
viral. All right, Nick, we've had you on this show before. You know I'm a longtime follower of yours. You've done incredible work. I know you're an incredible investigative journalist on the ground. But I guess my question is this. How much investigating did you actually have to do to find these centers, some of them that have misspelled signs? Did you just find them easily, or how did you go about this? Because it's amazing to me that nobody else besides you saw a problem here when they can't even spell on the side of a learning center, Nick?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I have to give props to
This was his
the man
goal.
by the name of David, who
helped me in
This little butt-chin motherfucker just wanted to get on Fox News. He's like, oh, look, I'm so happy. I'm so on here.
Nobody has given him
lots
the
of
time
followers
to even talk about this. So with his help and my own investigation, I've known about the fraud taking place for a long time. Minnesotans have been telling me for a long time about the Somali fraud that is taking place. And with his help, we were able to crack over $110 million in fraud in one day.
Bullshit.
And that's just the tip.
Bullshit.
When people say it's the tip of the iceberg, it really
Where's it at?
There's
Show us the evidence. You didn't investigate nothing.
Inside the state of Minnesota.
You just
right now.
walked around and acted fucking stupid.
Kind of on that topic, you said that, I believe you just said his name was David, has been researching this for years. In your experience or in your opinion, just spending the day you spent out there tracking this down, is there any way that this hasn't reached the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz? I mean, you know, take aside ongoing litigation or what have you, but is there any way that he could claim ignorance on this, just in your experience over this investigation?
Oh, it's so obvious. If you're living in Minnesota, you have to raise your eyebrows and think, what's going on? Literally, if you drive around Minnesota, around Minneapolis, you will see daycare centers, autism centers. You will then see transportation companies that have snow piled up as if they haven't moved in months. And then you also go into buildings where there'll be 20 healthcare companies, 14 and 22 in the video that I published on X and YouTube. So it is like a kindergartner could figure out that there's fraud going on.
Nick, one of the most shocking things to me in the video that you posted was the reaction of some of the Somalis that you were interacting with. The one clip where they called the cops on you for simply asking about some of the healthcare companies, the 20 healthcare companies that were located in one building. Tell us a little bit about what your interactions were like on the ground.
Yeah, they couldn't even give me, I gave them plenty of opportunities to just answer simple questions. I wasn't going in with.
Why would they answer questions to you?
I was asking them exactly from the paper, where's this money?
Literally a white dude showing up unannounced, asking questions.
Why are all the windows blacked out? So these people simply could not answer the most simple questions as to where are the children inside these daycare centers.
Nick, you know, when I was your age, I used to watch all the local news stations, and every local news operation had a guy, a roving reporter, who would go around and find waste, fraud, and abuse. Are there local reporters like that in your area, and why do you think they weren't doing the work that you did?
I don't know. They're scared of being called nowadays because it's Somalians that are committing this fraud. People are scared to be called Islamophobic, racist, in which has nothing to do with what's going on, because fraud is fraud. It doesn't matter if it's a black person, white person, Asian person, Mexican. Fraud is fraud, and we work too hard simply just to be paying taxes and enabling fraud to be happening.
Yeah, Nick, I mean, it's
I'll
stunning.
stop it.
Congratulations again on your video, by the way.
I'll stop it right there for just a second. You're paying taxes. He's talking about, we're paying taxes. That's all of these people talking about. We're paying taxes. They're going to these people, these immigrants all the time. It's like, they're going to take your fucking taxes anyways, moron. They're going to do whatever they want with it. Like, why do you think you have some sort of personal vested interest in your tax money? You should be pissed off you're paying taxes anyways. The fact that you're working class and they fucking tax you like that, it's like, it's wage slavery. Duh. You're stupid.
Well deserved. All these people are finding it and finding you and all the good work that you do. But Governor Tim Walz is pushing back on the investigations into the Somali community over the massive welfare fraud that's happened under his watch.
Just you know, just suck him off.
This is what happens when they target communities for their own benefit. This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea of white supremacy.
Yep.
So it sounds to me, Nick, that Governor
Walz
Tim
is a
Walz
smart
is saying
dude.
that you and others that are out there trying to expose
He'd be a
this,
great
you're
president.
doing it because you're white supremacists. What is your response to him?
Yeah,
You are a white supremacist, period.
There are entire apartment complexes where white people have been pushed out of these apartment complexes because Somalians have taken over in their inside
Bullshit.
like Minneapolis, where they can go get votes from these people. And if you have 100,000 people that will...
How the fuck does some immigrants come in and push white people out of fucking apartments? He never even answered the question about being a white supremacist. He just started going on some fucking propaganda rant about how people are being displaced by immigrants. It's crazy.
will vote for you because you're going to enable and let this stuff happen, and because you're going to call a white person racist for calling out facts, this is what's going to happen to a state like Minnesota. Minnesotans, they say Minnesota nice, but they are very upset, and I fully understand why they're upset, because they don't have a governor who's actually working for them. He's actually working against them.
Nick, your video's been viewed 93 million times. What do you think will be the result of this? Do you think that things will change because of bringing attention to this, or do you think it'll be much the same, swept under the rug and keep moving forward?
Yeah, there better be change. People are demanding it. The investigations have been launched just from that video alone. And so there better be change because, like I said, we work way too hard to be paying taxes. We work way too hard to be not knowing where our money's going. And at the end of the day, the people in the government, they work for us. We don't work for them. And so it's their responsibility to hold these people accountable. And so if there's not something that's happened, people are going to be very frustrated. And so if President Trump...
Everybody do me a favor. Just go blow this dude's shit up with a bunch of fucking racist, anti-racist comments about how he's racist. Some fucking... just put some swastikas in his shit because that's what he is. Him and his little buddy and their little fucking crew of people running around fucking harassing people who are not breaking the law. There's no proof of that yet. And if there is, then great. Fucking fine them, arrest them, do whatever you need to do. But the fact is, there's no fucking proof. This is just more scapegoating propaganda bullshit that the right uses to try to convince the middle-class white American conservative that there's some sort of scarcity.
Trump's watching this. It's time to really get down to nitty-gritty and to make a difference in this place of Minnesota that is pretty much like Somaliland right now.
Nick, this was such an important project. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing next. What's your next project that you're going to be taking on?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to reveal too much, but the fraud exposing will continue. There's lots of things happening here inside of America and across the world. And so just showing people what things are, matter of fact based. I'm not trying to make things right or left. Just trying to show everybody things as they really are, fact based. And you can say whatever you want. You can use all sorts of hate words and whatnot, but at the end of the day, my job is just to show people things as they really are. I'm not trying to put a right-wing twist or a left-wing twist on things. I'm just trying to show people things for as they really are.
Nick, I love that you're independent, and this is the age of the independent journalists. Someone named Barry Weiss had a Substack. Now she's running CBS. Let me ask you, any job offers? Any networks want you to jump in and run their operation?
I mean, they might need help, a lot of them, but no, I'm 100% independent. And that's the reason why I'm able to do what I'm able to do is because of people supporting me and people watching my videos. So when people support, it really means the world, whether it's...
You mean all the racist idiot groypers that support you? You look a little bit like Nick Fuentes' brother. I mean, you guys could be fucking brothers. You have the kind of the similar, same stupid fucking hairdo. Holy shit, you have bad features. You fucking got some Luigi Mangione eyebrows going there with fucking Nick Fuentes hairdo and your fucking butt chin. Put a little butthole tattoo in the middle of your chin right there and fucking that'd be great. Because that's what you are, an asshole. And now you're gonna fucking get fucking throat service from these fucking stupid bitches over at Fox News. And you love it. You love it. You love the oppression that you guys create. It's fucking awesome. God, I can't fucking stand this fucking kid. So more propaganda. Fox praises, of course. Fox is going to praise all the white person propaganda, the white supremacy of Fox News. Bunch of white Nazi supremacists over there. They all might as well be wearing SS outfits. Over there just fucking Sig Heil up in the air all fucking day, because that's what they do, Bernie Sanders AI warning, we just did that one. That one was backwards. Do we have the Turning Point USA video?
Is it under Bernie?
Well, you had the Bernie Sanders AI with Turning Point USA. So when I clicked on the link for TPUSA, it come up Bernie Sanders, and then now is Bernie Sanders. Yep, Bernie Sanders is still Bernie Sanders.
Okay.
So we're missing the TPUSA. We could always cover it next time or whatever. It's up to you.
I don't know if I have it right now.
That's okay. I don't give a fuck tonight. I'm sitting here feeding my face. I'm hungry. Good food, by the way. Thanks.
Welcome.
I don't know. We got a little Florida news for you, for all the Florida jits out there. So, flamingos.
There is perhaps no greater symbol of Florida than the flamingo. In fact, right now,
I don't know about
legislators are considering making it the state bird. Plastic flamingos.
You really? Let me. I got to stop right there. Now, Emily, do you really think that the flamingo is the no greater sign for Florida than a flamingo?
It's a good one, but I would prefer the rosette spoonbill.
Exactly, the spoonbill. But for me, it's really the manatee.
Oh, for a bird?
No, not for bird. He just said the symbol. He said that there's no better symbol for Florida than a flamingo.
Right.
I think a flamingo is a good one. I think spoonbill is a good one. If we're just talking about birds, there's other options I think are better. But regardless, the fucking manatee is probably more Floridian than a flamingo.
Well, I think of an alligator.
An alligator, of course, would be number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alligator would be number one. But flamingos, they're pretty cool, but they kind of are everywhere in that kind of temperate tropical region around the world. I mean, in Africa, they have flamingos too.
Now, there are more of the real thing in the state thanks to changes in the environment. Mark Strassman has tonight's
Thanks to changes in the environment by all the rich people.
Zoo Miami and its American flamingos seem well matched. Flamboyant birds in a flamboyant city.
Breakfast.
That's good. It's gay as fuck. That's right.
It's this icon of the state and an emblem that is an unofficial emblem.
And here's a gay man talking about it.
I've never seen one outside the zoo. They've been really hard to find.
And here's two gay men talking about the gay flamingos.
Until recently.
Flamboyant.
In 19th century Florida,
like me.
Hunters after their meat and feathers pushed them into functional extinction. But something changed over the last 25 years when hurricanes in the Caribbean chased them into the Everglades. Guide Pete Corradino has seen tangles of mangroves here in Everglades National Park. We didn't see any.
This is LGBTQ pride fucking outing here.
They're actually spoonbills.
For the first time in
spoonbills,
forever, there is a chance you can see a flamingo. Just this past July of 2025, we had a flock that was spotted by helicopter out here in the middle of Everglades National Park. They are out here somewhere. And now there's at least the possibility that they're staying.
Which is exciting and hopeful.
What changed? Florida's multi-decade, multi-billion-dollar restoration of the Everglades. It flushed fresh water into new habitats. And Ridgely says the flamingos approved.
This would be the literal feather in the cap of that achievement to be able to get flamingos to start nesting again. They're feeding and they're realizing that this habitat is also really good.
The flamingo's comeback story here seems to have legs, long ones. For Eye on America, I'm Mark Strassman in Miami.
They always got something to say like that.
Yeah, it's always some fucking one-liner at the end. It's really gay. Whoops. Whoops. I went to some other shit, but that's cool. I think flamingos are great. I know one thing. If you go to Busch Gardens, Tampa, you can see a lot of kick-ass flamingos there. And they're just like free-range birds. They're there because they're well taken care of. You can't really cage a bird like that. They decide to be there because it's safe and they're well taken care of. So it's great. It's good. Yes, support the habitat of Florida, the natural habitat of Florida. The sea turtle, habitat, the beaches where they need to lay their eggs needs to be protected from vehicles. You know, we need to make sure the Everglades isn't being exploited and used by the rich and the bourgeoisie, you know, in an incorrect way. You know, we need to slow down the coastal development for rich people houses and keep that coastal, you know, natural environment available for future generations in Florida. And as the governor of Florida, I will ensure that that happens, because my main focus would be the preservation of Florida's natural beauty. Because right now it's in danger, and it's not in danger because of some, you know, unforeseen disaster or, you know, I mean, obviously we have global warming issues and things like that are affecting the aquifers. But it's not the main threat. The main threat is development by rich people. Rich people are the main threat to the natural beauty and natural environment of Florida. So I would create serious districting laws around the coastal lines of the state of Florida and protect them at all costs. You want to build a $2 million mansion, you're not going to build it on a fucking beach anymore. You can go build it somewhere else in the fucking villages. I don't give a shit. Go get a fucking sponge, put it on your golf cart. You know, because we all know you're a bunch of weirdo fucking key party ass motherfuckers. Okay? But,
Tea party, key party.
Tea party, key party, everybody. Fuck yeah. That's a good one.
Up.
Tea party, key party. That's pretty good. That might be one we have to continue to use here. Fucking they fucking talk so much shit about LGBTQ, and they talk so much shit about morality and how sex is bad, and they fucking, you know, basically banned Pornhub from Florida. But they all having key parties and have a bunch of sponges on their golf carts, so they're all driving around so everybody knows what they're into. They're just a bunch of hypocrite asswipes. They like keeping things hush-hush. They don't like it out in the open. When it comes out in the open, like, no, don't talk about that. We're going to make it illegal now. Fuck you. You cock-sucking little fucking cuck-twink motherfuckers. Period. Oh, Sunrail. Great news. Oh, give me some sound with this one. Let's go back. This is a good one.
If you live in Orlando, life is worth living.
Sunrail expansion, man. The
They're
Zoomers
doing
are fucking
it.
gagged.
They
Nobody
added
can
another
drive.
one at night, and they're building.
They're like, we don't drive, man. We need a
Just
train.
A little bit longer. Hold on. If you live in Orlando, life is worth
So
living.
yeah, I mean,
Hold
fuck, the
on.
Sunrail's gonna expand. I love the Sunrail. I think it's a great idea. People will say, well, it causes deaths and people are being killed by the train. Well, maybe people should pay attention to for trains. How do you get your car on the fucking track to begin with? It's a train track, dude.
I don't think it's on accident.
Well,
unfortunately,
some are probably not an accident.
Yeah.
And I would say that that's horrible. And the fact that we would have that going on.
Yeah, let's address the root of the issue.
We have to address the roots of the issue. That's the thing. The roots of the issue are never addressed. There's always a Band-Aid put on the big hole in the dike, and the dike is about ready to crack. And there's just a Band-Aid on it, and then fucking everything comes gushing, and they're all like, what the fuck? It's like you never deal with any of the underlying issues or the systemic issues of society. Wonder why you have fucking problems. You know, free transportation would be a great start. For people. There's just, you made life too fucking complicated for everybody. Not everybody has the same ability to acquire resources. Not everybody's as resourceful as some folks. So we run around and try to put a one-size-fits-all fucking outfit on everybody. And it just don't work. But yeah, fucking kudos. We definitely need the train. I'm excited to take the train to Miami. I love the idea of that because I hate that drive. I have to drive through Trump country to get down there. If all you see is a bunch of Trump signs and signs up in the tree that says, "This is Trump country, everybody. We got fucking nooses hanging from trees here. We're all a bunch of KKK fucking members." It's fucking crazy. And so, and you know what's fucked up is in Orlando we have like quite a few pretty good, they're not great radio stations, but they're all right. They play some rock music, some hip hop shit like that, modern shit. You get anywhere outside of this place, and all it is Christian radio for 300 miles to Miami. It's fucking insane. So, yeah, train sounds great. Lake Eola, swans, suspect to have bird flu. Fucking horrible. So, uh-oh. Why do you want me to log into Facebook? Oh, yeah. This is just the sign picture. So, Lake Eola Park alert. Please take the following precautions. If you're in Orlando at Lake Eola, don't feed the swans. Don't go near the swans. If you get bird shit on your fucking shoes, clean your shoes because you're going to get the bird flu. There's about eight dead birds right now, which is sad. Hopefully they can do something about that. The other big story out of Orange County right now is Legionnaire's disease. There's been a big outbreak in Orange County of Legionnaire's. So make sure that you're very careful around water sources because Legionnaire's comes from water sources. Your fucking drain pans for your air conditioning, I'm sure you probably don't know what they are, especially if you're a Zoomer. They need to be drained. They need to be drained. What? What? Do you know what it is?
Nope.
Exactly. So you just made my fucking point, girl. They need to be drained because this is where we breathe these things in standing water. That's where Legionnaire's comes from. It's deadly. It'll kill you. So keep an eye out for that shit. Make sure you... Oh, the other thing, stay up to date on your vaccinations. The flu season right now. Go get your flu shot. Get your COVID shot. All this shit. Simple fucking shit that we can do. If you're in the LGBTQ community and you're as promiscuous as I am, make sure you get, go to your local sexual health clinic. I'm not going to recommend one specifically, but there's a few. And go out there and get tested for everything. Get your Doxy Pep and get your PrEP. And take good care of yourself so you can continue to have a good time. Because that's what it's all about. And that's why we take care of ourselves so we can have fun, right? Okay. So, what do we got? Florida citrus to make big comeback. Ooh, I like this one, but I don't know if that's really going to happen.
Citrus industry is in peak season and growers have a lot to celebrate this year.
Fox 13's Craig Patrick shows us how the groves are thriving after years of decline.
Yeah. Wow. I have my own theories about why the groves are declining or have been declining.
Loaded with grapefruits and oranges for thousands of acres.
Per day, we're packaging more than 1 million pieces of fruit per day.
A co-op of farmers called Dundee Citrus Growers says it's the start of a remarkable comeback.
How much will it increase in 5-10 years?
In 10 years from now, you're going to start seeing volume double.
Florida's citrus industry is bouncing back from threats that could have wiped it out. First, a bacterial disease called canker struck the farms until they figured out how to manage that. And then a pest spread a disease commonly known as greening, and that greatly reduced the harvests.
20 years, 2 decades into battling greening. The state has gone from about 900,000 acres down to about 200,000 acres.
And that reduced production the past 20 years from 3...
So I want to stop it right there for a goddamn second, okay? I think we need the citrus industry in Florida. I think it's a great part of the state. I think the most symbolic thing of Florida is the orange. We have it everywhere. All we do is talk about oranges. It's great. I think we should do that. But let's be real here. The real reason why citrus had a decline in Florida is because of the development of the citrus groves into real estate property for large strips of real estate development for subdivisions where, large builders name a bunch of large builders making 500-600 acres of orange grove into a community where a bunch of rich people get to live, building $1 million houses, shit like that. So let's just be clear. There's been disease problems, but disease problems are easily handled with science. It's really been the development that's been the real problem. So we need to get back to, the beautiful natural state of Florida and get away from some of this shit. We don't need more fucking people, by the way. Y'all can fucking stop immigrating here. The illegal immigrants from everywhere else coming to Florida. And I'm talking American citizens moving from other parts of the country to Florida. Florida's closed. We don't need you to come down here, okay? You could fucking stay in Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, in the Carolinas, fucking Kentucky, Tennessee. Y'all can stay the fuck up there. We don't need more conservatives in Florida.
New York.
New York.
Boston.
Boston, you know, we don't need any more mass holes here. We have all the mass holes that we need.
We're full of mass
We're
holes.
full of mass holes. But you know, if you're progressive though, you come on down. Come here, come one, come all progressive. We should get more people from Oregon and to come over here. We need, you know what? If you're in Portland, you want to live in a warmer place, come to Florida. Just make sure you bring your progressive ideas and attitudes with us. Definitely move to Florida if you're a progressive. But if you're conservative, just fuck off. We don't need your money. We don't need you here. You're not making things better. You're making it more crowded. You're making the roads fucked up with nothing functions because you guys just show up. Y'all fucking don't know how to drive either, okay? Y'all come here, everybody drives different from somewhere else, and it's like all fucked up. And you always know, like 9 times out of 10, if someone's fucking in an accident on the side of the road, they're probably either rented the car or they fucking have a fucking some other state license plate on that shit. So, we don't need you. You're closed. But I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight. We appreciate you supporting our stream. We love doing this. It's fun for us. We want to continue to do it. We'd love to grow it so it's even bigger and bigger. I've been doing a lot of tweaking on the sound. I know the sound quality's been shit for a while. I'm actually really into engineering and shit, but I just haven't had time to do what needed to be done. I did fix a few of our issues. Hopefully it's sounding better and better by the day. I think the video quality is pretty good. I'm working on building some different overlays and stuff like that for the show. It's going to get better and better by the week. We've only been at, this is our 11th stream. We've streamed 11 times, so it's getting better. Working the bugs out of that, and I'm also working on so many other projects. It becomes very difficult for me to make sure everything's perfect. So when I started this, I told myself I was just going to do it regardless if it was perfect or not. So essentially, we're getting it straightened out. I think the sound is compressed correctly. I added some gain to some certain things. I added a noise gate. Hopefully it's working pretty well, for other issues. But, we got a lot of good content coming to you. The big thing is going to be the long form content. That's definitely coming. I like to talk. But everything that you see here tonight is unscripted on every single one of these shows. This is just me reacting to these videos. And just giving you my personal perspectives on these things. And then most people will say, hey, what the fuck? Why does your opinion matter? Well, let me talk about that for a second. Number one, I've been around this fucking earth for a long time now. I've been through it all. I've done it all. I'm actually come from the background of being a contractor. So I know specifically in Central Florida, the needs of contractors and independent business owners. So I'm very keen to that. I'm very keen to law itself, studied some of that a little bit myself. Experts in multiple areas of all kinds of things that we talk about all the time. So one of the big things in the news right now is firearms. I'm an expert on firearms. We talk about all kinds of shit, LGBTQ issues, big time. Expert on that subject. I consider I'm actually part of the community. I've been in the community for a long time now, so I've seen and felt and done it all. I go to protests. I do this kind of stuff. So I have a very unique perspective on these things. So that's my goal, is to bring my unique perspective to these issues from an educated point of view. I have a degree in sociology and philosophy. And then also I'm a professional writer, musician, these kinds of things. And then my beautiful wife, Emily here, my partner in crime, if you will, is an incredibly intelligent, highly educated individual, deeply invested in the political atmosphere and very much well informed. And she's one of my greatest mentors at this. And she's actually probably the main reason why I even got into this to begin with. I've never aspired to be a political commentary broadcaster, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking to do more content. Stick around, check it out. we're going to go ahead and leave it there. We're going to call it a night. And essentially, you know, it's been a pretty good night. Yesterday's broadcast was really good. I was happy with that one. Just did a little sound adjustment since then, so hopefully the things are getting more level. But we're going to go ahead and leave you with our usual outro, which is always the same as our intro, a personal short film project that I done myself of every single aspect of, as usual. I've done the song, I composed the song, wrote the song, recorded the song, mastered the song, recorded all the video assets. So I was the cinematographer. I wrote all the scripts. I did all the editing, all the overlays, everything in it. So it's just a product. It's kind of like a short resume, if you will. So enjoy, and you guys have a great rest of your night. And we'll see you real soon. And don't forget to say goodbye to our good friends tonight, Emily. Wave at the camera.
Yep, that's better.